I am Lindsay Stevenson, and I'm the Chief Transformation Officer at BPM LLP, and I am also on the board of the AICPA and the association, and I am also on the advisory board for Digital CPA. There are so many challenges that CPAs face today, but the cool thing about Digital CPA is that it brings together a whole community of people from across the profession. And so the challenges that you face, as unique and diverse and complex as they are, having the community of people who are living the same thing that you're living brings some kind of magic. And so there's a way for you to connect with people, to have really deep discussions, to discover together and to learn from each other. And not only is the content stellar, but the people that attend and connect are stellar. So you just get this huge cohesive experience that really makes it with your time and energy. The digital landscape is very, very complex these days, and CPAs, I think, are consistently struggling to figure out what to use, when to use it, and how to use it. So I think when we think about the conference and we're planning for Digital CPA, we think through what exactly does someone need, what kind of skill sets do they need in order to navigate the digital landscape. And so I think one of those things is really being intentional about the way you think about your business. So there's always a shiny new toy. And what is cool about digital is we get those shiny new toys in the vendor group. It's always the cutting edge, it's always the new thing, and they're really creating and they're really creating with us. And that is really exciting, but it can also be really distracting. And so I think it's really important for CPAs to think through what matters most for you, where do you have the biggest opportunity for growth and delivery, and then really laser focus in on that and choose the technologies and look at your digital ecosystem and make sure it's really delivering on the things that are most important to you. Because it's overwhelming. The digital landscape is so broad and there are so many technologies and there are so many ways in which we can deliver quality and we can deliver efficiency and we can really see ROI. We don't do that well if we're constantly just picking the next new thing. And so really just having that intentional forethought, really thinking through what are the outcomes that you want to deliver, that's when the magic happens and you really create a tech environment and a digital transformation strategy that will rock the world. Digital CPA is really interesting because it has so many different tracks that really speak to the different ways in which we can create digital proficiency within the CPA profession. So it is really important to bring colleagues from across your organization. It's really helpful when you can have the experts in a certain type of work really connecting both with vendors and other people in the profession that are doing what they're doing. And so it can be really challenging if you're, let's say, in the tax group and you show up and you're the only one from your organization that comes to digital. You get a ton out of it, but your organization misses out on all the other components that were happening at digital. So there's real value in bringing a cross-section of your teams to all collaborate at digital. The other cool thing that happens at digital is there's time and space for you to regroup and debrief. And I think that is such a cool way to experience a conference. It's not like a typical conference. Go off in your track, go to your own sessions, we'll see you at the end of the week. There's a lot of opportunities in between and spaces for you to connect as a team from the same organization to really think about what are we going to apply, and oh my gosh, does that apply to you? Is that something that you can use in your team? So there's this real benefit to bringing a whole group of you from your organization to the conference. What's really interesting from a vendor perspective, what Digital CPA does that's unique is it brings in the innovative, the cutting edge, the experimental vendors that are really pushing the envelope of how to transform the profession from a digital perspective. And so I think it's really unique and interesting to have those vendors there and giving us as professionals the opportunity to partner with them. And so some of the partnerships I've seen come from that are firms that are looking for a solution, haven't been able to really find the right fit, and they meet a company who is developing something really cool, really innovative, and they start working together to deliver on the needs that the organization says this has to happen. And the vendor or the software platform is saying, like, tell us what that would look like. Show us what those outcome needs are. And then they start building together, and the product that comes out of that is super impactful. So it's no longer, I think in the profession, it used to be, here's the profession and they have these outcomes that they need, and here's the vendors, the software platforms, and they think they know what those things are. Now at Digital, what we often see is an opportunity for those two teams to come together and really create in the same space, and the outcomes are so much more impactful. So I think that's the magic. I've seen that happen at Digital. Beyond the vendors, in those rooms where people from different organizations are coming together and exploring together, there have been firm combinations as a result of that. There have been shifts between companies where they're doing new things, increased service line opportunities. So there's all this magic sort of happening, and it all happens organically because the content at the conference is so inspiring to make you think about what's next. Digital CPA really started as the CAS community, and that community was so different than what we typically saw in the CPA profession. They had an abundance mindset. They were really open to sharing. There was never like a protective, competitive advantage mindset. It was always share, build, grow, fail, share, build, grow, fail, and they were doing it inside multiple organizations. That magic started to seep out of the CAS community, and others in the CPA profession were saying, hey, I want to hang out, I want to be part of that. And the conference team for Digital CPA saw that happening and really did a great job of shifting from CAS practice, being the innovators, being agile, sort of leading the profession, to we're still there, we still hold true to that value, and it's a broader base now. We're really looking at digital transformation for the entire profession, no matter which group you practice in, whether you're in public, whether you're in business, whether you're in academia, like there are things for you that are important around digital transformation, and finding the community to not only connect with, but to be supported by. And that really matters when we're talking about innovating and taking on really new cutting edge things. That is scary as hell. And if we can do it together, some of that fear gets mitigated and we get really excited about, I don't have to do it alone. Wow, what a great opportunity. And I think Digital has done such a fantastic job of really leaning into that and saying, we'll create the space for you. We will create a home for you. Even though we started as CAS and that is our central value, we are now opening and inviting and including and engaging with the entire profession. I am obviously a Digital CPA fangirl. I super love going to the conference. I love the content. I love that the content has expanded. So if you're an OG Digital CPA attendee, you know that it all really is based in CAS. That's where we started. That's really like our center of our community. And now what you see in the content tracks are expanded to A&A, it's expanded to tax, it's expanded to just leadership and digital transformation as a holistic viewpoint. I am most excited about this upcoming conference for reconnecting with that community. There is so much love and excitement that happens when you bring all of the cool people in the profession together. And I know the word cool isn't cool anymore, so that makes me old, but I'm gonna say it because that's my jam. I just think it's really neat, and I really look forward to having those meaningful discussions with people who are really forward thinking, super excited about taking mitigated risks, and doing that together in a really safe space where we're all willing to fail and learn. That is what I'm most excited about for Digital this year.